Hey everyone, and welcome to my tube. My name's Steve,
And I'm Chris.
and as you can see, no sheet.
Hmm.
It's gone. It's dead. We shot it, took it out back, shot it dead.
A very respectful burial at sea.
Chris said some very touching words that made me cry a little bit. But where we're shooting at is at WADR in Janesville, Wisconsin, 103.5. It's our new home. We're also on the radio, if you don't know. Today's episode is going to be Muh Johnson. We teased it. We're there. And we're going to do it. All night long. We're talking about Gary Johnson, by the way. I don't know if we said the full name. And we're going to go back a little bit in the past and talk about his past a little bit. Quite a few years ago when Gary Johnson was in college, he needed some extra money, so he started going door to door, knocking on doors, and doing handyman work. And after a while, that actually grew into a business where he ended up employing 1,000 people. Was it exactly 1,000, or do you think it was like 990 or 999, and they just say 1,000, or like 1,005?
Only Scopes knows for sure. Became governor. As a Republican and majority Democrat state. Was re-elected. Damn popular there. One thing I can tell you for sure. Everyone I've ever spoken to about Gary Johnson, who lived in New Mexico during his governorship, is extremely pro-Johnson.
Wow.
To a person. Executive experience, first of all.
Yeah.
Something the big two don't got. The power of the veto is the one thing the president has the most control over.
Yeah, and
People make all kinds of promises running for president. A lot of them are promises that they can never get done on their own. A veto is something you can do on your own, and Gary Johnson did that more than 600 times as governor.
he can veto these things, and then Congress has to come together.
Forces a 2/3 majority in order to pass it then.
Yeah, whereas now it can pass with like just, a small majority.
With the split we got now, it's really, really hard to override a veto, too.
So when they try to pass an amendment to Obamacare to spend more money, Johnson can, nope, goodbye.
Okay, what we got right now is two most polarizing figures who have ever run for president.
Yep.
In Clinton and Trump. And then there's a third choice. A guy who's known for being able to get both sides on the same page for the benefit of the people being represented. I don't see how that could be a bad thing.
No, it's not. It's not at all. I mean, that's probably one of his best attributes is the fact that he's able to work across the aisle and work with people that don't necessarily believe what he does.
All I'm hearing from Republicans and Democrats is Trump's gonna, Clinton's gonna. They haven't done crap yet. They can't even show they've ever gotten anything accomplished. Think of Hillary's stint at Secretary of State. I mean...
all she did was get 6 Americans killed.
Yeah, a result of doing nothing.
And would Johnson have sent, if he was Secretary of State at the time, would he have sent more security? No, because we wouldn't probably have been there. And that's the beauty of choosing a libertarian over a Democrat or Republican is when he uses force, it's going to be necessary. It's going to be because somebody attacked us. A certain person, that who shall be named nameless, Clinton, wants to put a no-fly zone over Syria, which means shooting down Russian planes.
Remember when Democrats wanted pot legalized and didn't want to go to war?
I remember.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. Another thing I have to say in favor of Gary Johnson, and there's going to be a lot of people amongst my friends in the anarchist subset. They say, voting is never going to help anything. We've got to change minds. And yes, changing minds is more important than anything that happens at a political level.
Look, folks, look what we're doing. We're trying.
But we're on the map now, people. People know the word libertarian. It's so nice not to have people walking up to me when I'm wearing a pin or something and say, "Oh, what's it like being a librarian?" Imagine how much easier it will be to persuade people to what I think is a very common sense view if we're not having to struggle upstream against 12 years of indoctrination. Johnson wants to abolish the Department of Education. That in itself would be reason to vote for him, even if you're an anarchist. Johnson's a very good transitional guy.
Yeah, and then maybe in 2020 we have, someone else run that's a more libertarian candidate than Johnson himself. He's not perfect, but he's not Trump or Hillary. I almost said hump. He's not hump. How come no one's used that yet? Everybody's used the Trillery or the all that.
I've been a fan of Clump.
Clump is pretty good too, but what about hump? Not to mention he wants to legalize marijuana completely on a federal level, and then maybe scale back some of the federal laws on other drugs to keep non-violent criminals out of jail, to end
more people go to jail for marijuana than for anything else in this country. How ridiculous is that?
It's a shame. So we talked about his pros. Now we want to talk about his cons, because he has a few, and
address the objections. We're not going to act like there aren't any.
Right.
And we'll kick it off with a question from one half of T-Mog Groton, the lovely and talented Jessica Baird.
I only have one question today, guys. Where are Gary Johnson's eyebrows?
Anytime a man climbs Mount Everest, he leaves a little part of himself behind. Sadly, he lost those in Nam. It's why he's committed to non-interventionism. He was so devoted to saving taxpayer money, he defunded them. When you're competing in Ironman, you lighten the load however you can. Eyebrow strike for peace. He's in favor of forehead transparency. Honest Gary. A lot of people don't know this, but some years ago his left eyebrow started to thin out a little bit. He decided to lose them both in the interest of nonpartisanship. Let's get beyond the left-right paradigm, people.
So what should we do about Aleppo?
A lot less than we're doing right now.
I think we should just forget about it. We can't stop every war, every civil war. We can't be involved in everything.
Let's fix the civil wars by throwing gasoline on them.
Exactly. And the fact that he didn't know what Aleppo was, neither did you. His gaffe about the world leader that he most admires. First of all, he's libertarian, so there's not one. And second of all, have you ever had that moment where you're talking, I literally had this moment this morning when I was talking to our friend Andrew, who was in one of our other videos, asking a question. We were talking about a movie, and I was like, oh, what's that actor's name? God, he's in The Thing with the other actor, and they did the movie, and it was The Thing, and he's like, yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name. You ever had that moment? Because we all do. And that's what Gary's moment was. He asked him, name a foreign leader that you like. And if you watch the whole clip and not the edited version...
And he was trying to think back to an ex-foreign leader, too. So,
yeah, someone hasn't been in power in at least, I would say since Bush was in power for sure. Because that was his buddy, was Fox.
So he had somebody in mind, he just could not come up with the name.
Yeah. And I challenge all of
you.
He
couldn't think of any current ones because look at the shit show we've got.
Yeah, like I challenge every single one of you to name a foreign leader that is currently in power anywhere that you admire. I don't even know
Some so-called libertarians can't get enough of Vladimir Putin. And that brings us to our second question.
Just kidding, I have two. What do you think about all of the libertarians supporting Trump because they think it'll make Putin happy?
So my answer to that is fuck Putin, fuck Russia. Okay? I don't care about them. I don't care what they're doing. As human beings, I care. You know, like, hey, Russia, how's it going? You're probably nice people. I'm sure it's nice to meet you. Hi, if you're watching over in Russia. But I don't care about them in our politics.
We've got a lot of self-described conservatives now saying, oh, we can't make the Russians angry. When did this happen?
Yeah, we fought a Cold War with them for years. Not that I want to go back to that for sure, but we shouldn't be worried about what another country, especially as libertarians, what another country thinks of us.
Yeah, we shouldn't be spoiling for war like Hillary, and neither should we be kissing their ass like Trump wants to.
I have this, like, what happened with the Republicans and the Democrats?
They
It was a joke, people.
And it does no good to deny that he's not a platform-perfect libertarian.
But who is?
I haven't met too many people who have one or two platform points that they're not really on board with completely. In this case, we didn't get the hero we wanted. We got the hero we needed. This legitimizes us.
Yep. He put us on the map. Like, what he's done over the last 8 years, essentially. Maybe 8 years? Last 4 years. Last 4 years has put us on the map. Because he ran, he was on TV a lot 4 years ago, and now he's really pushing it.
People also say about Gary is, another one of the downsides. Oh, he's such a dork. And I'm just like, I'm listening. Tell me more. Finally, someone who represents me. I just want to say, when he takes any kind of a hit from the left or right, it's not because he wasn't libertarian enough. It's because, oh my God, this guy's radical. They really think he's a radical guy. So what would have happened to an actual radical guy this year?
All right, everyone, that was our episode. We want you to subscribe. Hold on 1 second. I want you to click right here. Click that button. There will be a button. So please subscribe, like, share. Please share.
And for those of you in the Rock County area who would like to attend a Rock County Libertarian Party meeting, we always have them at the Janesville Denny's at 7 o'clock on the 4th Friday of every month. Come see us.
All right, everyone. Thank you for watching, and have a nice night.
See ya.